is also a school mindset. Teachers always talk about free schooling for everybody, free schooling for everybody. But you never see a teacher who's willing to work for free. You rarely see these teachers going and saying, oh, yeah, I will teach for free. You don't have to pay me. Every teachers were just protesting too long ago about not getting paid enough. They were complaining about their salaries, even though when you look at the statistics, teachers on average earn more than the national average income. So they really don't have much to complain about in that sense. But they're coming out telling us that they need to get paid more. So teachers want to get paid more money, but everybody is talking about how school is free. We're getting a free education, right, in public school? Well, how is it free if the teachers are getting paid? It's not free. You're paying for it through your property taxes. You see what I mean? And you're paying for it through, the federal government borrowing money that we have to pay the interest on. This is how it's being paid for. So it really doesn't make sense for anyone to say, oh, yeah, you're getting free health care. No, I'm not. That's like saying I get free, that I'm getting a free car repairs after an accident. Let's say I get into a car accident and my car gets damaged and I get repairs and say, oh, I get free car repairs. No, I don't get free car repairs. I pay for insurance. If I didn't pay for that insurance, I wouldn't get that health care. So how can I call this free? Do we call this free car repair for everybody? It's not. You're paying for it out of one pocket and then saving money in the other pocket. So it's like you're hiding money from yourself. But it's obvious, though. It's not like anybody's going to dispute this. At least I hope not. It wouldn't make sense to. So we have a system that the school is telling us everything is free, everything should be free, but they're not willing to work for free. And that's the thing is this is the limitation of school education mindset, which is why sometimes I say you may be in a better position by being a dropout than by going to school. Because by being a dropout, you get to keep your free time and you're free to explore other options outside of the school system. You don't have to just follow the same path that everybody else follows that leads to the same result, which is the majority of this country, senior citizens, end up relying on the government or family members for financial assistance. To not fall into that category, you have to either be an investor or a business owner. Those are your only options. Robert Kiyosaki's cash quadrant. Either you have money working for you or you're working for money. And when you're working for money, your goal should be to eventually get money working for you. They try to tell us that this is something that's only for the elites, that's only for certain people. If everybody had money working for them, nobody would work, nobody would do anything. This is not true. This is not true. Everybody can have enough working for them as a result of them working to attain those goals. Nothing comes free, so you do have to work, but it's just how do you spend your time and your energy. And following the school route, all you were taught to do is to just invest your time and energy into being the perfect candidate for someone else's operation. It teaches you how to just fit right into someone else's plan, into someone else's bank robbery. You're someone else's getaway driver. You're never the one that's actually getting the money. You're never the one that actually gets to own the real success and the wealth created. You're not the one whose kids are going to get that inheritance. And until we learn how to actually work in independent ways, start our own projects, and not everybody cut out to start your own project, but that's why you could get into creative partnerships. The biggest goal of this show and this website is to eventually start a community where people could actually exchange ideas and form joint ventures and partnerships, going to business together. You may not be great at everything. You may not know how to do this, how to do that. But you could find somebody who's willing to go into business with you, and you could work together, invest your time and your money together to make that project a success. So you both reap the long-term and the short-term benefits, and you both take the risk. The thing is, we've been told, well, let this person take the risk. I just want to come in and do my job. You should never work anywhere like that. You should never be that person who I just want to do my job and get paid. I mean, that's okay when you're working to save up for something else. You already know what you want to do, and your job is just a stepping stone to get you there. Then it's fine to have that attitude. But if you're not really sure where you're going, or if that's where what you truly set on doing, then you should have the attitude of, I want to own this, or I want to be a partner in this. I don't want to just be the dude who works, goes home, and acts like I own something that's not really mine. Kind of reminds me of the gangbangers. You know, you sit on the corner and you claim to own some property that is not truly yours. You could get evicted from that property at a moment's notice, at the drop of a hat, and they will kick you off of that property. But somehow you feel so confident that you actually own that property, which doesn't make any sense. So the thing about it is, in school, with school education, all we are taught to think about is just fitting in, when there are many, many options out there that you're not even aware of, and it's not even hidden from you. It's dead in your face. There are many people who live successful lives who necessarily didn't do it through school. Now, there are many who went to school and lived successful lives, but it's not all attributable to just going to school, because people who didn't go to school achieved the same thing. It's just a matter of how do you spend your time as a dropout. And schools do a great job of telling you that once you drop out of school, you've dropped out of education. The learning stops for you then. You just have to make ends meet doing whatever. My parents told me when I turned 18, I either got to be in school or I got to be out the house on my own. That lets you know the mindset of the general public of how the nation thinks about stuff, which is either you're in school getting educated or you're nothing. This is some powerful stuff. But what school teaches you is that you can't own stuff. You're not good enough to own it. Only a small percentage of the society is good and qualified to own stuff. And the most of you are just good to run it, which is not true. In traditional human society, everybody was a hunter-gatherer. Everybody was in business for themselves. And when all the men got together and went to hunt, they all split the profits. They all took a risk, and they all split the profits. Everybody knew what was going on, and everybody knew the role that they was playing. It wasn't just a bunch of people sitting there like, I don't need to know anything else about this. I'm just doing my job. That's the easiest way to get screwed over in this life, which is what ends up happening to a lot of these people when they get older and realize that all these gifts they were promised may not come to fruition, that they may not come true. Well, you wasn't concerned. You didn't really care about whether you was really going to receive those benefits. You didn't really care if it was all going to come true. All you wanted to do was make your money. So how can you turn around and be upset when later on the same people that you gave your full trust to, your childlike devotion to, end up taking advantage of it? Are they really that? Are they wrong? That's why when Hitler's men were put on trial at Nuremberg, I said that all kinds of messed up, but it don't matter. You know what I'm trying to say. They all said, well, we were just doing our jobs. We don't know, whatever. We just doing what we're told. And that wasn't a good defense. They were all killed. They were all either sent to prison or killed because they were just doing their job. And I believe rightly so. As a human being who has a prefrontal cortex, who has a brain that's functioning, you should give some interest to your surroundings. And I think paying too much attention to so-called academic work that's perpetuated by the schools is the best way to set yourself up for a trap, to where all you know is what you've been taught to know. And the only way you know how to think is what they've taught you, but you can't think outside of that. And there's plenty outside of that. Hopefully in future episodes we'll have people that could get on this show and show you about what all the options that are available. I myself will get into more about my personal journey and the things that I've done and been able to achieve and accomplish because I'm not in school. And most importantly, it's not always about so much achievements and accomplishment, but it's all about finding yourself. School doesn't allow you to find yourself. You see what I mean? It's going to be a pretty hard thing to do through school because of the entire way that the mechanism is set up. what you think you may have been working towards and working for may not be all that you thought it was once you understand more and once you have a greater perspective on how the system is set up. But thanks again for listening. I hope you call in next time. Authors airs every day at 3:30 p.m. Central Time. And the call-in number is 646-716-9094. Thanks for listening.